Greetings, everyone. For those of you who don't know, my name is Judy. I am so happy to be back with another video. And today we will be discussing selfishness. This is a very important yet very sensitive subject. And today I am with one of the dearest person in my life, which is my dear brother, Oderson.
Oh.
Hi, Odi. How are you?
Hi, Darnie. I'm well. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for asking. Tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Well, first, let me thank you for sharing this platform with me. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you. And hi, everyone. My government name is Oderson Cadeus, and I would like for you to call me Mr. Odie. That I love that name, Mr. Odie. I am a man of God. I'll say that. The first thing I like to do in life is to praise God. I'm a worshiper. I can say that. You don't have to be in front of a church to worship God, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm a worshiper, and in my daily life, what I do, I am a school counselor. I work with those kids that I love them so much. I don't have any kids, but I don't have any biological kids, but I have a lot out there. They're my kids. And I think that's about it when it comes to me. Okay. Yeah, that's who I am.
If you see him in the street, you call him Mr. Odie. Mr. Odie.
Mr. Odie.
Okay, yeah. Mr. Odie. All right. Odie, the first Mr. Odie.
Yes. Oh, no. For you could say Odie. I'm okay with you.
All righty. The first question I have for you tonight is, what is your personal definition of selfishness?
Personal definition of selfishness is when you only think about yourself. Mm-hmm. You do not think about others' feelings. Mm-hmm. Though it could be in a positive way, mm-hmm. It could be in a negative way. Mm-hmm. What do I mean by that? I could be selfish in a positive way to protect myself, mm-hmm. or to protect people around me. Mm-hmm. And I could be selfish in a negative way where I only want myself to appear. Mm-hmm. I only want, it's all about me. Mm-hmm. It can't be about others. It's about me. Like, I won't share anything with other people. I won't do anything to make other people feel good. Mm-hmm. That's being selfish in a negative way, from my perspective.
Okay, that's good. And we are actually talking about chapter 2 from Breaking Cycles, because there's a lot of cycles we are trying to break throughout this year. And chapter 2, the month of February, we are breaking the cycle of selfishness. And this is why today we are talking about selfishness. Now, Odi, my second question to you is, have you experienced selfishness before?
Yes. I would say everybody has experienced that, either way, in a positive way or in a negative way. Mm-hmm. I've experienced selfishness with my family, like with you, with mm-hmm. my other sisters, my parents. I've experienced it in my previous relationships. Mm-hmm. I experienced it with friends, mm-hmm. people in my coworkers. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I've experienced it. Yeah.
Okay. Can you elaborate by telling me one time, how did you feel when it happened?
How did I feel? What can I use? Mm-hmm. I use one at work.
Okay.
Okay, so, you're supposed to, what I do when it's testing season, mm-hmm. I will, coordinate the test, help with testing and all these things. But there's a way to go to print out, to merge the kids that you want to test that day, mm-hmm. and to send it out there to merge it, print it out, print the passes out, and to send the passes to the kids in the classroom. I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to merge, from Excel, merge to create the pass. That's a type of selfishness because my coworker wouldn't teach me how to do it simply because he wanted to be the one knowing it all. Like, I'm the one who can do it. I'm the one the principal will call. I'm the one the testing coordinator will call to do it, not Odie. I don't want to teach Odie how to do it. How did that make me feel? It makes me feel bad. And at the end, I want to be selfish towards him too.
Okay, you want to reciprocate.
I want to retaliate. Like, okay, I see. There's gonna be one thing that you can't do, which I'm gonna be in respect at, and I will not help. Am I making sense?
Yes.
So I have experience. Well, and I think everyone to a certain extent have experience.
We all have selfish tendencies. We all.
No, not that again. We all have it, but we've experienced it too.
Yes.
There's a difference between having it in you, within you, and experiencing it.
Yes, definitely. Because I believe this is one of the scenario that I use in the book as well, to say, if you know how to do something, or you working, you at a job, and you want to be the one who know it all, it actually affects you when you think about it.
I agree.
Because now you become the person that's doing everything.
Yes.
And you're going to get to a point where you feel burnout.
Yes.
But at the time, the person may not be thinking about that. Because when you have more people putting their hand in the pot, it actually alleviates some stress.
Yes.
It actually helps you for you to be more productive.
I agree.
And to me, this is personally, I feel like you helping other people or you investing in other people is actually a beautiful feeling.
Yes.
For you to say, oh, I remember I helped this person and look at this person, where this person is at. And even if the person surpass you, at least you can think back and know, oh my God, there was a foundation.
Actually, that's what it's supposed to be. Because when I used to be a teacher, by the way. So when I stand in front of a classroom, I teach the kids something. I want them to know it better than me. And I want them to go out there and teach it to someone else better than I did. I don't know if that makes sense to you.
Yes.
That's how I see it. But some people feels like, I don't know what it is. Maybe they feel empowered when someone when there's something that needs to be done and they're not here, it can't be done. Maybe they feel so important.
Yes.
I'm not like that. I don't see it like that. That kind of selfish, I don't think I have it in me. However, I still have a little.
Does that make you feel less of a person? Or does it make you feel like you are inefficient?
Because I have a little selfishness in me?
No. Meaning, like, when someone is being selfish, like the selfishness that the scenario you just use, how does it affect you mentally? How did you feel? Do you feel belittled? Do you feel?
I don't feel belittled, but as a human being, we always have the first thing that comes into mind. I just feel like being selfish.
Yeah.
I just feel like retaliate. Like, okay, so that's what we're doing now. Oh, all right. So I got you. We'll just act like that. But that's not the right way to do it. But the minute it happened, that's how I'm gonna feel.
Yeah.
But after a while, when I let my emotion go and I go, okay, no, the right way is you can't, two wrong don't make a right.
Exactly.
But I do feel like being selfish at the end.
Towards
not even him, just towards everybody at work. Because when you think about it, when the person is doing it to you, you might not find that person to be selfish too. I don't know if that makes sense, but you could find somebody else. So you guys are the same. You guys are the same. He was being selfish to me. Oh, Oderson, do you know how to merge? No, I don't know how to merge.
But which is assumption, because this person was not the one that affect you.
You're right.
The person was not the one that was selfish towards you.
You're right.
Now you are actually hurting someone else for someone else's action.
That's why it makes me. That's how it affects me mentally, or that's how it affects me.
Yeah.
Not that I like it. It's not a good feeling. I don't like it because as Christians, we should know two wrong don't make a right, But I'm not gonna act like I'm holy, I'm perfect, I'm, But that's how I feel. So and so couldn't help me. Figure it out, you. Google it.
Okay, I have this question for you. It will be a little personal, but I just want to know how you feel when others are asking these type of questions. There are certain questions an individual may ask. They think they are doing you good by asking the question. However, you probably go home thinking, or they
Whoa, dirty. Yes.
they hurt you just by asking that question. Which is why there are certain things, if you don't have control over it, or if you are not the one providing it, or if you cannot provide, you don't ask.
Yes.
Because God is the only person that can make a way when there is no way, or that can change a situation. Therefore, there are certain questions, when we ask them, we don't know the effect that it have on the other person. So I know you always talk about how others ask you personal questions that you don't want to answer.
Well, not that I don't want to answer, I might not have an answer for it.
Okay.
Am I making sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would be glad to answer a question. However, I might not know what to tell you. And when you ask over and over again, it becomes like, what?
Yeah. Would you say that it is selfish of someone to ask, Odi, when are you getting married? Odi, when are you having kids? Odi, when are you proposing?
Okay.
Would you say that it is selfish?
I would say it is selfish, but they're not doing it intentionally. They may not know the effect that it has on not only me, anybody who's single out there who's not, not only me, because you asking me, Odie, when are you getting married? When are you getting married? When is the when is the I'm waiting. But you don't know when I go home how I think about the question you just asked me. Because getting married that's beyond my control. Some people think it's just so easy, just go out there and get a girl, not knowing that you probably was in a relationship before that. I don't even want to.
No. You can talk.
I think it is selfish on their part. However, it's easy to forgive them because they may not know the effect that it has on you by asking you, not only when are you getting married. That's why I kind of be careful on what I ask others. Because I don't know how that's going to affect them, especially something that they do not have control over. Some people think it's so easy to just get married like that. You don't know what I went through. You don't know my previous experience. You don't know how I feel. You see what I'm saying? You don't know that.
Yeah.
So certain question, I expect people to ask. That's okay. But when you some people take it as
As a joke. Yeah.
you ask that over and over and over and over and over again. Odie has feeling. He has, everything a man has, basically. But sometimes Odie probably home thinking about, man, or just by seeing a nice family. I can't wait to have that. I want to have that. But it might not be as easy as you see it for Odie to get that. Because you don't know how Odie feels. You don't know Odie's self-esteem. You don't know, because you probably think, oh, Odie looks good every Sunday. He dresses nice, but you don't know what goes in my mind. You don't know if I have low self-esteem or not. Because some people looks good, going to church looking good, going to work looking good, but yet again, they use that to cover how they feel inside. If they have low self-esteem, or if they, I don't know, how could I say that? Or if
they are suffering.
if they're suffering with, yes. You probably wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
So I think it is selfish to keep on asking. But yet again, I don't think that they know the effect that it would have on the other party.
Because I know there are a lot of individuals out there suffering because some may not be, well, God has not blessed them with a kid, or God has not opened the doors for them to get married, or different areas in their lives. And you have other people that will come and question them.
And that's a question I never ask people.
When
When are you getting pregnant?
Exactly.
When are you getting pregnant?
Some people, yes, I understand there are people that are waiting. There are people that control certain things. But there are others out there, they want to have that experience.
But there's a problem somewhere that you and I will never
You don't know when the person is at home. You don't, when they are on their bed, the sleepless night. You don't know. But every time you ask that question, they have a scar, and it's like you have a knife, and you keep opening that scar.
Yes.
Every time you ask that question.
Yes. I do have a good friend of mine who was pregnant, but unfortunately she lost a baby. Now, do you have the nerve to continuously asking that person, I'm waiting on you, I'm waiting for that baby, I'm waiting for that baby shower? You don't do, I've seen it. It happened.
Yeah.
And when you ask that person, oh, the second baby, I'm waiting, I can't wait to come to the baby shower. That's
And that creates a lot of stress.
Yes. When that person is home, when that person goes home, only the husband can tell you what that person is feeling. Oh, I went to Walmart today, I saw so-and-so. He stay asking me when am I getting pregnant? Oh my God, it's not my fault. I would love to, but baby, what are we gonna do? I just feel like certain questions
should not be asked.
If the person, it should, but at least once.
If the person because sometimes the person will initiate the question, will initiate the question or open the door for you to ask that question.
Yeah.
Or they can start the conversation. Okay. If the person is okay, it's fine with you, with having that conversation with you, it's not no problem. However, if the person never say anything about that, and the person some people choose not to have kids, and it's okay. That's their personal choice. And they will openly talk about it. However, there are others that are actually having some challenges, and they would rather not talk about it.
Yes.
And if they want to talk about it, they will talk to a therapist or someone that they trust. They are not trying to open to the whole world or you per se.
I agree.
And it should be respected.
Yes.
Because that person has feelings.
Yes.
And I think not considering the person's feeling or emotion
is selfish.
Is selfish.
Good. I like how the way you went around just to bring that, not considering the other people's feeling. That's selfish.
Yes.
That's selfish.
Yes. Because you have something that you may not want to talk about, but the person don't know.
Yes.
Well, you hide the things that you don't want to talk about. However, you bring up the person.
So one thing I would urge you guys, certain question you do not ask them. I mean, it's okay to ask them once.
Yes.
And then you can't just keep going. Like, you continuously asking the same question over and over again. That's selfish on your part.
Okay. Are you self-centered?
I could be. And I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, Dernie, you know me. We were raised together. Like, basically, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, no, I'm not. You would have been like, oh, you lying. Even you probably wouldn't say it right there, but when we done, you would have been like, oh, you were lying. And I could be. However, like I said like I answered you the first question you asked, it could be to protect myself. I could be self-centered to protect myself, or, sometimes to, I could be self-centered in a negative way.
Okay.
I could be.
Have you been selfish towards me before?
Yes. I have. Yes, I have. Do you want me to say? Do you want me to?
Yes, you can. It's okay.
I shouldn't have been selfish to my sister, but I have been.
Okay.
When you still want me to talk? Because I remember my sister asking me, Odie, can you, you wanted to do something about, single people, divorce, stuff like that, and you asked me to, and I was like, okay, I'll do that. And throughout COVID, I had some time in my hand. I was working at home, so I did it. And then you came back asking me to do something for mom and dad, right?
Yes. Actually, dad.
Dad, right? Or just to sit with dad and do something with him. And I was
Yes,
like,
both of them, mom and dad. Yeah.
I didn't want to do it.
Okay.
But on my end, that was selfish because I didn't care how you felt that time. I really didn't care. I'm like, okay, I don't care. And I remember one night over the table, we went at it. I was like, I don't want to do it. It was selfish. And it was selfish in a negative way. However, on my end, I just didn't want to do it.
Yeah, you were solely thinking about your feeling at that.
How I felt.
Which is understandable after when you explain, because sometimes it's okay. We will have those days. We are human beings. We have selfish tendencies. We do. However, it's good to have a conversation.
Yeah.
If you talk to the person by letting them know why I don't want to do this for you, I think the person can understand.
Yeah.
But if you don't say anything, this is where the problem is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is where it gets worse. Because I have been selfish towards you before. I remember. Yes.
Oh my God. Dernier has been selfish towards moi? Oh.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about it.
Being honest, right?
Well, come on, Dime.
Oh Lord, because you want to feel good, Yes.
Yeah, I just told you how I've been selfish about you, so.
Because, right, we were breaking cycles, yes.
Yeah.
I remember we went to Haiti together. Remember that time? And I remember we were supposed to go to my husband now was my fiance at the time.
I can't stand him. Yeah.
don't lie. And then we had to go to his dad's church in Haiti. And I remember you said something. I didn't like what you said to me. And I responded in a negative way. And it hurt you so bad. You didn't even tell me, you told my mom. I should not have said what I said.
Oh.
Remember? I should not.
Now that I remember.
Yes, I should.
But how come
not.
you never said nothing to me? You now want us? Oh, because we're breaking cycles?
Yes, we are breaking cycles all year.
Oh, let's break cycles. I love that.
Yes, I should not have said that. And I remember another time as well. But the thing is, you never come to me. You go to my mom. I remember.
I guess sometimes when something hurt me, I don't like to confront people.
Me?
That's one thing about me that's not good.
Because I am not afraid to say I'm sorry.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
That I'll tell you that.
I am not afraid to say I'm sorry. I don't have that problem to say, you know what, let's scratch it. It won't happen again.
Yeah.
And because
sometimes
when you tell the person about something that happened, it actually helped the person to see what just happened. Sometimes the person don't realize that they have done you wrong until you speak up.
Yeah. Right.
That happened. Right. So sometimes
it
it's good. Yes, it's good that we speak up to say something because the person may do it inadvertently. And when you say something, this is when the person is like, oh my God, I am so sorry if I hurt your feelings.
Yeah, but sometimes I always say silent is golden. Sometimes it hurts me.
I agree, but not all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
But
silent because
I don't like to speak.
This is what assumption stem from. It's from silent. Mm-hmm. You don't talk, however you are assuming. And I always say that. I always say assumption is a killer in our midst. Because what you are assuming may not be the fact.
Yeah.
Assumptions are just opinions.
It's better to talk about it.
It's better to talk about it for you to get the fact. And then from the fact, you can come with a solution.
I agree. So
I remember another time, it was in Haiti again. I was doing something. Well, I believe we purchased something in Haiti. And at the time, I felt like it wasn't the time for me to disclose it to you. Mm-hmm. And then I went to go look at the place, and then you were there. I didn't say anything. And you felt some type of way.
I did.
But you didn't say anything to me.
But I put two and two, and I was like, oh, but like I said,
And when I did it, that time it was not intentionally to hurt you, but it was, how can I say, like you said, to protect myself. Because I didn't want you to be the one to go tell my mom, because I wanted to tell my mom and my dad on my own. And I thought me keeping it away from you will help me to be the first one to tell them about that move.
What you trying to say?
I'm not saying anything.
I have no secret from my parents? Is that what you're trying to say?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. But you and my mom, you guys are so close. And I feel like sometimes there are certain things I'll tell you, you may happen to tell her. And so,
but at that time, I felt some type of way. If we're breaking cycles, I felt some type of way. I was like, I don't see why it's like I dislike little things like that. Like if you're supposed to be my sister, on that case, I would have been happy. Oh yeah. But not telling me.
I'm so sorry.
You're good, baby. No, because I'll let that go.
I know you did, because that happened a long time ago.
And I let that go.
At that time, when I did it, it's only because I wanted to be the one telling my parents.
Again, you were being selfish in a positive way to protect yourself.
Yes.
It wasn't like,
however,
and you didn't do it.
End up hurting you. But you wouldn't know that if I didn't talk about it. If I didn't tell you why I didn't tell you at the time, you wouldn't know. You would think, oh my God, she probably think
I'm not going to be happy for her.
When it's not even that.
And that's exactly how I thought.
No, not at all.
I was like, oh, so don't you really think I'm not going to be happy if she has some wealth in Haiti? Yep, it happened. So,
yes.
But Odie doesn't like to talk sometimes. I hate to confront people. And I know.
Breaking cycles.
Yeah, we're breaking cycles, but I don't, not that, I just feel like sometimes just let it go will be.
Not everything you need to confront.
Not every little thing. I don't like to confront people.
This is what I think. I'm not saying this is what's good, but there are certain things, if you know the facts and you feel like it's not worth you fighting for.
Yeah, if it's not worth
it, if you.
Well, me sometimes even if that the thing hurt me to the core, I'm still not gonna say anything. I'll probably be like, oh, okay.
Because you have to choose your battles.
Yeah, but most of the time I'm like, okay, never mind.
You pick your battles.
Never mind.
It's not certain things. It's not worth it for you to do a whole commotion about it or make it the big deal. It's not worth it. Okay. Do you think both bullying and racism are relatable to selfishness?
Yes, in different ways. Bullying, definitely yes. That's some type of selfishness. Since I work in school, I'm going to use an example. I'm going to use the school setting.
Odi, can you believe I used to be bullied back in Haiti in school?
Really?
Yes, but I never talk about that. But anyways, go ahead.
Wow. I wonder why. Well, I used to be bullied in school too. It was just because my parents were over here, and then when they were trying to bring me here, I used to talk a lot. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the state, blah. And then kids would be like, oh, and then that's...
Mine was on a negative way, but we'll talk about that another time.
Yes, I really think bullying has a lot to do with selfishness. It's just sometimes the kid can be selfish by bullying another kid just because the other kid looks better than them. That's kind of like,
which is a weakness.
Yes, in a way. Oh, yeah, she always comes to school with all those Jordans, all these, looking all good, her backpack always, blah, blah, blah. That's a weakness. And then there you go. Like, they start bullying them. That's selfish.
Yes.
In a way. So you could put them together. The only difference is just that it's our skin.
Yeah.
Other than that, you sit on a nice office. I have a nice office.
Yeah.
So I don't care. When it's come to that, I don't have a low self-esteem. When it's come to that, my self-esteem is, I could
But you
care
have
less.
no fear when
No
you're in the
fear.
street.
No, well, have to reiterate on
Yes.
that. Because we're living such the world is like upside down
chaotic,
right now.
yeah.
It's very chaotic. That, a little bit, yeah. I feel some type of, a little bit. That's why if they stop my car and I see that it's a white cops, I'm definitely gonna start recording. Because you never know. However, I had one time I was coming from work. I was so tired, exhausted. And I took a red light. Don't tell nobody. Mr. Odie took a red light. I did, and I got stopped by a police officer. He was a white male. I don't really like the term white. He was a Caucasian male. Then he stopped me. I sweet talked him. And I told him, sir, I work right there at Boynton High, blah, 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 blah. I'm tired. I had a long day, blah, blah, blah. He looked at me and he smiled. He's like, don't do it anymore. And he let me go. But I didn't record because there was no, back and forth. He wasn't, when he came to me, he came to me very positive and, so I'm like, okay, no need to. So he's a good one. And he let me go. However, if it was one who was like, came at me like, because you have your right too. If they stop you, they should not be talking to you any kind of way, even if you were wrong. You see what I'm saying? They should approach you kind, gentle, and nice. But that's what that one did. So if they were to approach me in a rude way, I probably will start recording just in case.
This is to say good people
exist. Yeah, good people exist.
Yes.
So this man didn't care about, so he wasn't selfish because he matter of fact, I was selfish by taking the red light because I didn't care about others' lives.
Yes.
There were other people in the street. I wasn't the only one. On my end, I was selfish. But on his end, he was being nice, kind. He wasn't selfish because he was like, okay, I understand how you're feeling.
Yeah.
You are exhausted, but however, you can't
You
do
were not
that.
supposed to do that.
Don't do that
Despite
anymore.
the fact that you were
And you can't go.
Yeah.
He didn't even ask me for my license, not even for my registration. Because when he stopped me, I'm like, I'm so tired. Then he's like, we can go. We can go. Yes.
Well, Mr. Odie, I have one last question for you. Do you think selfishness exists in the church?
Yes, I think selfishness is in every institution. However, it shouldn't have been in church. But when you think about it, who makes the church? Human being. And we all are selfish in some sort to a certain extent. So yes, I strongly know that selfishness is in church.
How do you think it affects this generation or even the generation prior? How do you think it affects
Or even
us?
the church members? I would say, how can someone be selfish in church? Let's just say, I'm using an example right now. Let's just say, when you lead service, people get blessed. They like when you worship with them, But you feel like because people love when you do it, you want to be the only one doing it. Now you start to make the church suffer by being like, I don't want to do it. I'll find somebody else. Just because you're good at it. They ask you to do it. You're making them suffer. That's selfish because you don't care about the other people. Am I making sense? That's selfish. And another way you could be selfish in church, when you want to be the one doing everything. When you want to be the one, I don't want to stay on stage, because when you want to be the one to appear and everything, you want to be, you want people to talk about you, saying, if Sister Gela is not here, nothing can be done. You feel proud when they say, and it's not a good thing. That's selfish. That is selfish. And because I feel like church should be like, this week is me, next week is gonna be somebody else. So I can't be in that post for a long time. Because when you think about it, we are eventually, you know what I'm saying? So what are you doing to prepare the next generation? When you hold that mic to yourself, you don't want to share your platform with other people. When I say platform, like you don't want to share your stage. You don't want to share your, like really in a service, you got to be the only one preaching. You got to be the only one leading. You got to be the only one not performing, ministering. You don't want others to do it. When you're not there anymore, it's going to get to a point that you won't be there.
That means like, you just kill.
Thank you. You're killing the church because there's going to be a point when you cannot do it anymore. Because right now, I'm going to use us as an example. We worship. We kind of like worship leaders. During, I kid you not, there's going to be one day, not that you won't have your voice, you might not be able to stand for 45 minutes.
I can't stand for 45 now.
No, because you weren't healed. But there's going to be a time where Oderson, not that he's not going to have the voice to worship, not that he's not going to be able to pray, but there's going to be a time. And again,
it is conducive for us to help the other generation.
Yes.
For us to share
Yes.
what we have or what we have learned, for them to be able to partake and take over.
When we no longer. I don't want to say no longer. When our strength.
We have to die.
You saying that we have to die?
We will die.
Remember last time you text me, why you talk about funerals so much, Odie?
But
you talk about that we have to die? No.
Time,
yes, you're right. But I feel like church should be a place where we are preparing the next generation to take over. Then it's so rewarding when you sit down and see the fruit of your labor working. Like I've experienced that. I've experienced that. I'm like, wow. So this is what I created. Oh, I did that. I did that. Like you prepare a kid to do a speech, right? You sit there with them. You work with them. Oh no, this is what you say. This is what you say. And when you get on stage, make sure you stand tall and you know. So when you sit in the back, looking at that kid delivering, you gotta feel good. I can't explain it, but I've had that feeling before. So I feel like in our church nowadays, well, I've only been to Haitian churches, but I'm pretty sure that it exists in the other nation as well. But our Haitian churches, it's selfish. Oh, I do this better than her. I'm not gonna let her come and do it. So if she come and do it, people are gonna like her now, not me. But what did you expect? You expect to be there forever?
And this person can actually help you become better.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When God bless you with something, it is conducive for you to
and
help other people.
You know how it's gonna make them make you be better? Because let's just use technology. Now, your little son eventually will teach you about technology.
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
Yes.
So eventually both parties can help each other.
Yeah.
This generation that's coming up right now, we could teach them what we have and they could teach us what they have. I feel like that's what we need in our churches.
I just studied that. It's called institutional theory.
Yeah.
Where
that's the word I was looking for.
The past and the present merge
together
because you need all of it in order for you to
keep working towards the future.
Because you need to know what happened in the past and then for you to move forward with the future.
Yes.
You're not going to use everything. However, you need to be aware of what happened and what is happening right now
and combine them together and let's go. That's how it's every institution should work like that. But however, because we are human.
Yes.
We do have that in us.
Yes.
I know deep down sometimes I could be very selfish.
Yes.
In my relationships, I could be very selfish as far as, I could be selfish to protect myself. I could be selfish just because I'm like, I don't care about what you feel. I don't care about how you feel. Yeah. See what I'm saying? So, yes.
Oof, that was wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing some insight with us. And we want to conclude by saying self-care is not selfishness. We're not talking about you protecting yourself or you doing what's best for you. to say that's selfishness. If you're doing it and it's in a positive way, no, and you are protecting yourself, you are doing things for your mental health, this is self-care. You need self-care. However, there are certain things when you are being inconsiderate of others' emotion, others' feeling, it is selfish. And it is time for us to eradicate selfishness. It is time because it's affecting a lot of people, and there are people dying, bullying. A lot of kids are killing themselves.
Yes.
There are a lot of things happening.
But Dernie, you have to be like, you see myself, I know that I have it in me. One needs to recognize that they have the little selfishness in them in order for them to beat it. Am I making sense?
Yes, definitely.
In order for us to attack it, we have to let it be aware. Be aware that, you know, oh, I was selfish to Dernie. Take accountability.
It's okay.
Yes. And I don't want them to think that it's not okay to be selfish. It is okay to be selfish. However, I want you to be aware when you are selfish. So you just did a beautiful thing right now. You're like, Odie, I know I hurt your feeling. I know I did that.
But you hurt me too a lot of times.
I know. We brothers and sisters. You brothers and sisters. I've been selfish to you. You've been selfish to me all the time. Like, you know, telling me, Odie, can you take me there? Like when I remember we used to share a car. Remember?
We're not going there.
If we were to go on how many times we've been selfish to each other.
In Haiti.
Remember?
Odie, I need to take a shower.
I had to get water from you from the well. And you were selfish in a way too. Because you could have done it, but you wanted to use my shirt and be selfish, saying, oh, I can't do it.
I wanted to feel like a princess.
That's Ricardo's job to make you feel like that, not my job.
No.
I remember back then in Haiti, we were very selfish towards each other. Even till now.
We used to fight a lot.
Even till now. However, now, because we grown, you like,
our
but certain things, I'm just gonna be like, whatever.
But you know what? I wouldn't change the past. When we used to fight, I wouldn't change that.
I probably would, because I regret fighting with you. Fighting you like
it actually helped us to recognize, you know, the love that we have for each other. It actually helped when you think about it. Yes. Because the thing is, we used to do it, but we're not doing it now.
No. So, we get to an age now, Dernie, is that the age we are right now is I want to come to your house.
Yes.
Share with you, you know, Dernie, this is what I think I want. This is what I think I want to do. You share with me I take care of your kids. You take care of my future kids. And, you know, brothers and sisters, it's not time right now for us to.
Life is too short.
We're still going to be selfish to each other, believe it or not. Yes.
At times, yes.
Yeah, at times. Sometimes it comes without you knowing.
Yes, of course.
Sometimes you might not be having a good day, and I ask you for a favor, and you're like, no, I'm not doing it. And it's not your fault. You're not having a good day. But however, when you go back and think, you're going to be like, oh, that was very selfish of me. At least you're going to call, Odie, I wasn't feeling okay. I wasn't feeling well. You still need that. I might not be able to do it because.
Yes.
Or I'm going to do it. Yes. Or I'm going to do it for you when I'm able to do it.
Yes.
Yeah. So I feel like right now we've come from a long way. Now we can't live without each other now.
Oh.
Yes, we can, because you stay with Wiki. I stay in Boynton. You stay in West Palm.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. To end this, I would like to leave you guys with this verse. It's Philippians 2, verse 3. It says, do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourselves. And may God bless you.
Don't forget, we are
breaking cycles all year going forward. Breaking cycles. Chapter 2, Adieu Selfishness. Ciao. Thank you for watching.
Oh, you
know it,
No, because this still have got it to be like, okay, it's done.
Okay, Odie, I can tell you were hot for real because I was hot too.